Welcome back to RealVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith. I've got another property for you. This one's in Tulare County, California, and I got some pictures, some dirt bikes in the background. That's not the actual property, but I think it sets the stage because this is a dirt biking property. It's set up with dirt bike tracks all around the property. It's about 10 acres. It looks like you could go tear it up on this property. Looks like it'd be a lot of fun. I used to have a XR75 when I was a kid. I used to drive that thing through the woods and the orchards and the beach in northern Michigan. I had a lot of fun. And then I crashed it a couple times, stopped working, and that was the end of my dirt biking. But I had a lot of fun with that bike. And so looking at a property like this makes me remember that bike. Burned my leg numerous times on the muffler trying to ride it with shorts on. That was a bad idea. But so let's go to the website, Luke Smith, RealVacantLand.com, right here, and we got properties. This is too many properties to look at. So if we zoom in, Bakersfield's here, Los Angeles is here, Los Angeles is down here. The property is, if you go up the 5, what does it break off to? The 5 goes that way. The 99 goes up Bakersfield, and then eventually the 65. If you're coming out of LA or Bakersfield or wherever you're coming from, this is the property. Got the Sequoia National Forest up here. All this green is like amazing hiking and just nature, beautiful nature. But down here you've got farmland. So we've got farmland stretching out across the valley. This is like right at the skirts of the valley. You can see there's farmland next to it. They're growing. I was zooming in on it, and I believe it's oranges and pomegranate. We'll try to zoom in on some street view there and see what they got. But I mean, it's different crops all over the area. We'll keep zooming in. We'll see some of these satellite photos. Well, it's not showing it right now, but I don't know where I was seeing that. This looked like a bunch of beehives here in some of the satellite photos of this property. So maybe it's different eras of satellite photos. But here's the property. So it's a nice big square. And let's jump into it. We'll get it up on the map so we can see where the lot lines are. But that's where we're at. So that map shows us that original map was Real Vacant Lands, all the property we've got up for sale map. And then you zoom in, click on a particular property. It's got the lot lines. I try to put lot lines for all the properties up for sale. Oh man, that's too much data that the website chugs and hums and it doesn't work. So if we got the lot lines per property, I don't know how the big Zillow kinds of websites do it. They got fancy databases. Mine's just basic, right? I'm focusing on good price. And so we got trails, tracks, zigzagging round and round. There's a power line at the north border of this property, and there's orange trees on the south. So if we blow this up, we can see where the property is. It looks like the guy, the guy got the property from, he said he got permission from the neighbors to go drive onto the neighbor's property too. So you'd have to talk to the neighbors to get permission to use the full track, but the 10-acre heart of the track is here. And it sounds like the neighbors are open to go driving around, having fun on their land too. But you probably got to get to know them or maybe sign some paperwork. I'm not going to sue you stuff. And then they just go for it. I mean, the track goes around, nice big hair turn bend. You get to throw some dirt out the side and zoom, zoom, zoom. There's just round and round. There's a circle. There's some snake bends. I mean, it's back and forth. There's probably some whoop-de-woos and ups and rounds. And yeah, you get one heck of a workout running that thing hard on your bike. Let's see if we got some street view. I thought there was more street view than that, but let's come down here. So here it looks like some neighbors. It looks like they got looks like grapes planted along their fence row. Power lines, basic house, some trees. They're planting trees and going for it. If we go up the street a little bit, it's Avenue 2. What do they have planted here? I'm pretty sure those are pomegranates. Just looking at the flower on there, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. Those look like pomegranates. You got pomegranates, some other properties, and there's a beautiful thing. You don't have to water them something crazy. Like over here, these are citrus. You can see these are oranges. Got to water the heck out of those things to keep them going. Look, they got, just in case the frost comes, they'll turn these on and they'll blast water out over the field, and the water will be 42 degrees coming out of the ground or something instead of 31. It's warm enough to keep some frost off. There's some of these fields have heaters. They'll have like gas heaters They'll turn on the gas heat, and they'll heat the orchard, keep it from frosting and freezing. It's fun to see the way that they manage large tracts of land like this. I don't know if these guys have the frost protection built in or not. Different fields you look at do. So here's a ranch looking road, irrigation pipe laying there. Yeah, these look like a little bit bigger pomegranate trees. But just these roads are straight going across big areas, and Sequoia would be over here, the mountains be back in the background. I don't know if it's a little hazy, you can't see it all, but should be able to see the mountains back there on a clear day. And this is Central Valley, California. This is full-on Central Valley grow stuff land. I mean, there's a ton of stuff that's grown in this part of the country. So this isn't the actual land. It's just like a block away from the land, but it gives you an idea of what you could do with the land if you wanted to. If you wanted to plant stuff, that's the kind of things neighbors are planting. There's other fields around the area that might be other kinds of crops, but just the south, I mean, this looks like citrus, and then these lighter ones that aren't filled in with as much foliage, I think those are the pomegranate. And this seems to be like they're turning the citrus over to pomegranate as time goes by and as they are rotating the fields, and maybe little bits per year, because the pomegranate uses a heck of a lot less water. It's just an easier crop. So I'm asking $49,000 for this thing, and I want to pull up the market. I meant to have this up, so we'll pull up the market here either way. Yeah, it's zoned agricultural, and let's find it. So here's a map. I did some maps. See if this is working. Okay, so from the property to Delano is the closest town. Delano is like 50,000 people, kind of farming town. People work in these fields and work in the area, fixing tractors, whatever it takes to make this really awesome farmland. That's the old Tulare Lake. It's what's left of it. This is all old lake bed, right? Like a lot of this is old lake bed. And so there's these massive water aquifers under the ground here. So you drill in, you get a lot of water. That's what makes this place awesome, is you got sun all the time. You've got good water underground to irrigate this area. That's what makes it some of the most abundant farming land around. Then just up here, Sequoia National Forest, a couple different roads. You take a couple different ways to get up into Sequoia and up into the mountains. You go spend time in the mountains and live down in the valley if you want to live there or plant something there or whatever. So here's the routes to Sequoia. There's a couple different routes to Sequoia you could take. This one goes up to Rhodes End. That sounds like fun. But I mean, Sequoia is just the start. Sequoia is in the southern end here, but it goes, here's Sequoia National Forest. It goes up to Kings Canyon, and then Sierra, both sides. There's different names going up. Eventually it turns into Yosemite, Santa Luz, El Dorado National Forest. I mean, it keeps going. Tahoe National Forest, Plumas is up here somewhere. Plumas National Forest, Lawson National Forest. So you can go hike through this whole thing and just be in parklands the whole time. And there's like hardly any crossings from one side to the other. I mean, there's just a couple gaps. Like up in Yosemite, there's a gap that goes through. It's only open part of the year. And then down south of there, I mean, it goes down by Ridgecrest, whatever this one's called. This is the southern gap. So from this road to that northern road, I mean, there's 100 miles or so. I mean, there's a couple hundred miles where the roads don't cover the mountains. It makes a big break on either side of the mountains, and a lot of nature to go hike and explore, like Pacific Crest Trail style, and go hike through the whole thing if you wanted. But there's a lot of other trails in there too. So there's the route to get up into the mountains. You can get into Sequoia National Forest. You can take numerous routes to different parts of the forest where they've got those massive, crazy, huge trees. So if you went south from this property, or if you came from the south, Bakersfield is 34 miles this way, 32 miles that way. So a little over 30 miles, like 45 minutes to an hour or something, depending on how fast you drive or don't drive. And just jet down the valley to Bakersfield. Bakersfield has all kinds of supplies. But Delano at 50-something thousand people has probably got a good deal of supplies there as well. I mean, you're still going to get Walmart, Home Depot, I mean, that kind of stuff in Delano. I didn't actually look them up for this, but It's a big enough town that you're going to get the supplies there. So let's go to Zillow. Should go to realtor.com and Redfin and everywhere else. You guys can do that though. Let's do Tulare County, California. Let's do the whole county, the whole county that this property's in. The property's down towards the southern border of the county. So maybe I should be looking up Kern County too, and like look at Kern County, because Kern County is just going to be south. Because here's Delano, and then just straight east of Delano is the property. But I mean, Delano is actually in Kern County. It's in just the county just south of it. If we go back and we look at this property, if we look at it on the map, so here's the lot lines, right? So the county line is like this break right here. You can see that it's a big break. That's the county line. It's just like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 5 properties north of the county line. It's basically on the county line. So that county line just breaks. You can see how the road goes from like paved to dirt and stuff. Or it changes. It just changes. Like Kern County standards, Tulare County standards. So it's just north of the county line is my point. So we probably should be looking at a couple counties to price this one. But looking at Tulare County, here's 5 acres for $29,900. I'm asking, what am I asking on this one? It's like 49. Yeah, $49,000. So, and mine's 10 acres, or just a hair shy of 10 acres. Here's 5.5 acres for $29,900. And I was looking at this one earlier. This is my kind of land. I don't know how to say it, but it's like back in the woods and nobody's going to bother you. You got some crazy roads to get back there, but it's no access. You can't drive up and unload your 2x4s and start building, right? You have to hike those suckers in. Maybe get some donkeys or something. Like, you got to get creative, get a bike and weld up an aluminum trailer for it and make a lot of trips and push it and huff and puff. That's going to be hard to go build a property like that, even if the regulations even let you. You probably got to go build it without asking, and then just don't tell anybody, because, emergency crews can't get there when there's a problem. Inspector can't get there to inspect. So it's someone else's land. Can't get there. Mine, you can drive right up, power line right on the side of the line on the property. This one, I don't know what this one is. This one doesn't seem like real information, because it's like the same size as mine. 35, almost 36 grand. It's the other side of the county. Looks like there's a road on it. Either it's really good competition for mine because it's the same size, or it's just bad data. But it looks like it's been for sale for years. 17, 18, 19. And it's like pending sale, back on the market, listing removed. It's like there's something wrong with it. So I think this is if you can figure it out, great. It's cheaper than mine for the same size, but it just seems like there's something wrong with it looking at the history. And then the price goes up to $58,000. This one's been on the market for 12 days. This looks like more real market action. 10 acres, $58,000. And this looks like it's beautiful stuff. There's a gate. I don't know if they just got up to the gate and took a picture or where exactly it is, but that's probably worth looking at. Mine's $49,000. Mine's cheaper, but that one just came on the market. And then the next one is $74,000 for half the size, $80,000 for half the size, $80,000 for 3/4 the size, twice the size for twice the amount of money. And then they start happening from there. The prices skip up. So I believe mine is not the cheapest in the county because it's got this one out here, which looks like bad data to me. And then there's this one that just came on the market here for 12 days ago. I'd look at that one too. But put mine under their price and you can drive up. It's not on the MLS yet, but it's a lot closer to the mountains. And I think it speaks to somebody who wants to go dirt biking on the property. So take a look at this one and see if this one's right for you. Again, this is Luke Smith, RuralVacantLand.com. got the taxes, got all kinds of information on the listing about this property. If you go to the link below in the description, you can click that. It'll take you back to the property and you can look at it. There's GPS coordinates there. You can click on it in your phone and it'll give you driving directions out to the property to go visit it. And yeah, you can go dirt bike the heck out of this thing, or turn it into a homestead, or plant something, or just have fun with it. Store it away for your grandkids. I don't know. But there's a lot of farmland in the area, and people are always asking me for farmland. And this one looks like it ought to get turned into farmland. And if not, I mean, you can always fall back on a dirt bike and plan. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com, bringing you another cheap, easy piece of land to go after. Go make it happen. Thanks. Talk to you in the next one. Bye.